The drama on Selection Sunday this season will come from the bubble. A lot of bubble teams with eclectic, unusual resumes will force the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee to make some tough choices. Will the Bonzi-Colson factor save Notre Dame? Will a bloated RPI sink Oklahoma State? Can Arizona State and Oklahoma really make the field despite second-half collapses? Each of their situations became a little more grim on Sunday afternoon when Davidson shrunk the bubble by one spot with its upset victory over Rhode Island in the Atlantic 10 title game. Some unlucky bubble team will be squeezed out of the field as a result of that outcome because now both Rhode Island and Davidson will make the NCAA tournament instead of just the Rams. Which team is out, and which will be among the last to sneak into the field? Below is an attempt to answer those questions and project how the committee will assess the bubble teams. Last four byes: Florida State 20-11, 9-9, RPI 53, KenPom 35, Q1 record 6-7, Q2 record 1-3, sub-100 losses 1. A one-sided ACC tournament loss to Louisville wasn't the final impression that Florida State wanted to leave the selection committee, but the Seminoles should still feel safe heading into Sunday. They have only one sub-100 loss on their resume and they have beaten 7 different NCAA tournament contenders: North Carolina, Miami, Clemson, Virginia Tech, Florida, Syracuse and Louisville. The bigger concern for Florida State is that they're not playing very well down the stretch. The Seminoles look like an excellent candidate for an early NCAA tournament exit after losses in 6 of their final 9 games: Oklahoma 18-13, 8-10, RPI 48, KenPom 47, Q1 record 6-9, Q2 record 3-3, sub-100 losses 1. Get ready for Oklahoma to secure a bid with room to spare and people to be outraged. The Sooners may have lost 11 of their last 15 games, but they still have an NCAA tournament-caliber resume despite collapsing down the stretch. The reason Oklahoma is still in surprisingly good position relative to other bubble teams is that the Sooners have twice as many Quadrant 1 wins as some other fellow bubble teams. Not only do they boast marquee wins over Kansas, Wichita State, Texas Tech, USC and TCU, they also have only lost one game against a non-NCAA tournament contender. Selection Committee Chairman Bruce Rasmussen has frequently said during interviews that he and his colleagues will weigh early season results just as heavily as those from March. If Rasmussen sticks up to that promise, expect Oklahoma to be a 9 or 10 seed. And expect whatever team draws the Sooners in the opening round to be ecstatic. Kansas State 21-10, 10-8, RPI 53, KenPom 44, Q1 record 4-9, Q2 record 5-1, sub-100 losses 0. There are 2 reasons why Kansas State is this close to the cut line despite a 10-8 record in the nation's deepest conference. One is that Kansas State is 0-7 against Kansas, West Virginia and Texas Tech, the top 3 teams in the Big 12 standings. The other is the Wildcats played a tissue-soft non-conference schedule that is ranked 336th in the nation and included only one true road game. Kansas State will surely hear its name called on Sunday in spite of those flaws. It has 2 wins apiece against Baylor, Texas, Oklahoma State and TCU after all, but the Wildcats may not get as favorable a seeding as they're expecting because of that. Look for Kansas State to wind up on either the 9 or 10 line. UCLA 21-11, 11-7, RPI 36, KenPom 49, Q1 record 3-7, Q2 record 5-3, sub-100 losses 1. Had UCLA managed to upset top-seeded Arizona in the Pac-12 semifinals, the Bruins would have almost certainly secured an NCAA tournament bid. Instead ran out of gas in overtime and guaranteed themselves a couple of sleepless nights before Selection Sunday. Bolstering UCLA's case are 4 big wins: a road win at Arizona, a neutral court win over Kentucky and a sweep of crosstown rival USC. Hampering UCLA's case are a trio of bad losses, 2 against Colorado and 1 at Oregon State. UCLA certainly looked like an NCAA tournament team over the past week in winning at USC, outclassing Stanford and pushing Arizona to the brink, but the Bruins could not finish the deal. As a result, they leave Las Vegas optimistic but far from certain of what Selection Sunday will bring. Last 4 in Texas 19-14, 8-10, RPI 46, KenPom 39, Q1 record 6-11, Q2 record 2-3, sub-100 losses 0. If you're among the people who can't fathom how Oklahoma belongs in the NCAA tournament, check out Texas's resume. They're nearly identical except that the Sooners have a stronger collection of high-end wins: Kansas, Wichita State and Texas Tech versus West Virginia, Texas Tech and Butler. Texas likely earned itself an NCAA tournament trip with a massive